Let's say there's a guy who's like 23 years old. He wants to show off. He wants results now. He's got instant gratification. He goes and buys like a £2,000 gold chain. He goes and buys like a $4,000 Rolex just to show off or whatnot. He goes and gets a car on finance, and he, uses the remainder of his money to get a mortgage, okay? On the surface, this guy looks like a fucking baller. He looks like a winner. He's dating all the hottest girls. He's taking them out every single night. Doesn't last long though, guys. I'll tell you why it doesn't last long. His life is very replicable, okay? Anybody can get that $4,000 watch. Anybody can get that $2,000 chain. They won't. Don't recommend it. You should not go down that route early on. But I'm just saying, if you were to earn 50,000 more than him by 25, okay, you could have everything that he has plus more money. Do you see where I'm coming from here? Like, it might on the surface look amazing. And in my opinion, women are dumb for doing this. I think they're very dumb in the dating game. They fall for this shit. Like, you can go and buy an expensive suit, a nice watch, and some nice shoes, get a bit of a tan, and you just look wealthy. And, you go and get a car on finance, and women are just like, oh my God, this guy's amazing. He's going places in life. I like successful guys. It's like, he's not successful. Do your research. Like, actually look at it as to what it is. But women don't do this, okay? And on the, like I said, on the surface, this guy looks like a winner, but everything that he's got is very replicable. Like, he has a house, not a very good one, but he just got on the property ladder early to look like a winner. You can go and buy that same house just a couple years later and still have way more money spare. You can go and get a better car than his on finance, and now he can't upgrade because he's got no money left. Do you see what I mean? They're like the short-term fraudulence, but they get the results early on. And it's a mind game. It's a real tough mind game because I've lived through it, okay? For the last 7-8 years of my life, I've had to resist doing what everyone else was doing and putting 70-80 grand back into the business in the space of 1 year when I could have gone and got a car, a mortgage and all this shit, a nice new watch, some shoes. I could have bought out of control. I could have got a SMP or hair transplant far earlier than what I did. I just put up with all the shit and I just took it on the chin. And it's tough because a lot of you younger guys will be in a situation where maybe there's a friend of yours who's doing all of that shit at 24 years old, and he's got a beautiful girlfriend and he's living a great life and he's getting all this attention and whatever. And you're almost like, fuck, I want that too, but I just know it's not a good idea. Well, here's the other side of the coin. Like I said, I'm 29 now. I've put a lot of things in place. I'm making a lot of money. I've got decent assets. The situation that I'm in right now is uncatchable for the average guy who hasn't done anything. The reason being, it took me about 10 years to get to where I'm at. I would say I'm an exception to the rule. I would say I'm more of an outlier compared to the average person. The average person, it takes about 12. If my business didn't get wiped out because it was online, it all got deleted, I would have done it in 7 or 8. So I would say I'm quicker than the average person, okay? But the average person would take about 12 years. So if somebody around about my age who has been stunting for this many years and showing off decides, hey, Chris has just hit a serious level, I want a piece of that myself. Well, to do what I did is probably going to take 12 years. So they're going to be 41, 42 years old by the time they get that. That's what I mean by uncatchable. Now, 41, 42 isn't old. You can have a great life beyond that. And they'll be glad they did it when they get to that stage. But it means that they fucked up early on and they put themselves in such a situation that they're now going to have to sacrifice their 30s, 30 to 40, which is the best bracket for men. I'm starting to think 40s to 50s are just as good, if not better as well. But right now, on current evidence, to me, 30 to 40 looks like a man's strongest point. Okay, it looks like I personally think men peak at 37. I think that's the ultimate peak. If you're going to try and do what I've done and you're going to start at 30 years old, the age that I am now, roughly, obviously I'm 29, you're going to be in your 40s before you reach the level that I am at now. So it's a mind game for them now. Then they're like, fuck, what do I do? So for the rest of their life, they either live like shit. Do you see what I mean? It's never as good as what they thought it could be because they're always trying to use what they have to chase a certain lifestyle. And it's those guys that you see that have always got a new car. They're always changing and swapping, and they're faking this lifestyle, and they're always in debt, and they're just moving little pieces around. I'll take that money and put it there and that. If I sell that car, I can fund that. And eventually it just dwindles down to so little that they just fucking give up on life. Or the other choice, they can try and do what I've done. But like I said, they're going to be in their 40s. So one is like, when you do the one, it's very easy to replicate. So everything that everyone else was doing in the early days that was getting them results, I can now do in my sleep. With like 2 days, in like 2-3 days, I can replicate everything that they've been doing and using to stunt and whatever and show off and like get all the attention, the women, the lifestyle and whatever. I can do all that in like 2 days now.